But today I want to talk to you specifically about 3 strategies that I use and that I coach my clients on for managing your return on energy. So let's just dive right into that. When you are planning your business activities, I want you to ask 2 questions. Does it bring me joy? And does it earn me a profit? Because what's going to energize you is things that you love doing and that you feel most joyful doing. Now, granted, there are going to be things that you don't really feel joy in doing, right? But what you want to work towards is delegating those things so that you're always feeling in that high vibe state with your business and how you're living your life every day. Because let's face it, this is how you're living your life every day, by doing your business. And so why wouldn't you do your business in a way that you absolutely love and feel joyful? Now, the flip side of that is it earning you a profit? And that is where your return on energy comes. So just like, you want a return on an investment when you put something in the stock market, you want a return on energy when you put your energy into it, when you put your effort into it, right? So you want something that, so you want it to pay you back eventually, right? And with the caveat that if you are just starting out, you may see, it may take you 3, 6, 9 months, a year to really start seeing that profit. But if you're doing things in a joyful way, in a consistent way that is income producing, meaning that you're connecting, you're talking to people, you're putting out like value blogs, you're doing workshops, you're just building your brand, you're engaging an audience, all of that is going to come back to you in terms of income and profit. And then the profit piece of it is just don't go crazy overspending, right? And the beauty of being online is that you can have a really super low overhead. So we all know that. But keep it profit focused so that it's not going to suck the life right out of you. It's not going to suck your bank account. It's not going to suck your energy. And when you are earning an income and you have income coming in, then you're going to feel more energized because of that, right? Because you know that what you're doing is working, that what you're putting out there is actually having an impact, right? So the plan and plug it system, it does bring you instant freedom, and it really is about planning it and plugging it. Now, here's where the managing your return on energy and how this really works in this system. So if you've heard maybe the expression say that structure brings you freedom, well, it really, really does. Okay, so if you can look at your joy profit activities and plan it out, what I want you to do is just plug it in and forget about it, like set it and forget it kind of mentality, right? So that way you're not, be confident with it. Say, over 3 months, 6 months time, if I continually do these things, I can expect certain results, barring some tweaks perhaps. But what I want you to have in mind is I planned this, I thought this through, I made educated guesses on, or educated decisions on what I'm doing in my business to build my business, and just plug it in. And here's the thing, when you plug it into your calendar, what I see people doing is putting too much into their calendar every single day. And I want to really pull that back and stretch it out. So, right. Okay. So stretch it out. Do not overschedule. I recommend you can have theme days. So when you get up on a Monday, you kind of know that that's what you're doing. If you get up on a Wednesday, you kind of know that that's what you're doing, right? So really automate how you're spending your time. Doesn't that sound amazing? Now, when you do that, I want you to ask yourself a specific question when you're putting it into your calendar, because this is huge. I want you to ask yourself, once you have put it into your calendar, what would stop me from focusing this time on my business? And if there are any kind of obstacles in the way of distracting you from completing those tasks, then you need to remove it. More often than not, the obstacle is, oh, that sounds like a lot, I might get overwhelmed. So remove things from that. Like, I know it's anti-intuitive, but this is totally about the anti-hustle kind of movement thing. And it is that way because you're going to be setting yourself up for a much more sustainable plan and a sustainable business. And this is a marathon, not a sprint. And you're looking for ways to take this in the long haul, right? You really, like, this is what it's about. You're a committed entrepreneur. You know that you want this. You know that you want to move forward. So plan it, plug it, remove any obstacles that would prevent you from doing it that day, And again, more often than not, it's going to be what I see is like, oh, I plan too much this day. If I keep it simple and move consistently, then I have way more success, and so will you.
Yeah. I think there's a myth that, you can work from the beach and your own job, but the flexibility and freedom only come after your business is established and in place. And to get it established and in place, you have to have processes and a plan in place, which is super boring. It's not the sexy stuff that people think about when they have their own business. But the fact of the matter is, if you're not treating it like a business, working on the things you really need to work on every day, or when you can, you're never going to get to that point of flexibility. You only want to work part-time, if you want to work seasonally, whatever it is, but you have to know that up front and then create that business, and you have to structure your time accordingly. It's not like you can just wake up every day and say, oh, it's so sunny out, I'm going to go hang out in the garden today, when you need to get stuff done. You need to set your boundaries, and you need to make those boundaries kind of non-negotiable in your business. Not sexy, not exciting. It's just kind of the boring planning stuff and doing the work, but that's how you simplify it.
Right. I absolutely love that. That is amazing. So what is your business? So compared to that overwhelming state, when you had your business in an overwhelming state in terms of, and then compared to how you have it in a simple state now, how does your life look differently? Like, how's that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's so different. It's so much less stressful. So I still get to do all the things that I enjoy. I get up early in the morning. I live down in Florida, and I go kayaking in the morning, or I play tennis, but I make sure that I'm at, my desk by 9:30 every day to do my work. I have an actual plan of what I'm working on, and it's written in my calendar. I'm still a pen and paper girl, so it's written in my calendar, and I know what I'm working towards, and I have a plan working towards that. And that's what I teach, my audience to do as well. If you don't have a written plan, you're never going to get there.
Right.
So when I wake up in the morning, I know what I need to be doing today, and I know what I need to be doing tomorrow, because I know there's a deadline out there that I'm going to have to reach. So that I'm all about kind of planning and scheduling, and but I need the structure. Personally, right. For me, structure is very good. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think structure brings freedom, right? Like, because I could plan out a big project, and it could seem very overwhelming just to think of like the end goal. But once I chunk it out, and this is for me personally, but once I chunk it out into a calendar and just say, okay, this is what I'm doing on this day, on the next day, and the next day, and the next day, I don't even have to think about it, because it's written down, and it's a plan. And so, and some people might get overwhelmed by putting such structure in place. They think that it's holding them back or keeping them down, especially if you're looking for that flexibility and freedom type business. But it really is a lesson learned that that having a plan, and a clear plan, and one that serves the life that you want is really essential if you want to have the life that you want with your business.